Yes, in a given question, A borrowed rupees 2500 from B at 12% per annum compound interest. After 2 years, A gave 2936 rupees and a watch to B to clear the account. Find the cost of the watch. In this question, there are two persons. Let us consider these two persons, that is A and B, where A took a loan, borrowed a loan referred as the took a loan of 2500 rupees, which is act as principal amount for A, and it is given by the B at a rate of 12%. And if you observe, it is a compound interest. So it is a compound interest question, and after 2 years, which means that the time period which is given this loan for 2 years. Okay, this is the first part of this question, where B gave 2500 rupees to A, and A took a loan of 2500 at a rate of 12% per annum and for the 2 years, and it is for the compound interest, it is not for simple interest. Second part of this is A gave that money back to B after 2 years. After 2 years, A gave that money to B, but he didn't pay completely. For example, if he took a loan of 2500, after the compound interest for 12% per annum, it may cost more than 3000. For example, if the amount means amount referred as the final value what the A must give to B, think that is cross 3000, but he didn't pay all the 3000 rupees to B in terms of cash. In that, he paid 2936 rupees. In the question, they have given 2936 rupees he paid in terms of a cash, and rest of the money he paid as a giving a watch to a person B, and B receives the watch, which means that in 3000, for example, it is 3000 as the amount. If I consider 2936 rupees is paid as cash, which means referred as difference. If you observe, the difference is that 64 rupees. So that 64 rupees the extra A must pay to the B, but he didn't pay that extra money, but he paid in terms of watch, which means that that is the cost of the watch. The 64 rupees act as a cost of the watch. This is the glance, but amount is not 3000. I took it for the example. Clear? Okay, let us go with now question, actual question. So if it is 2500 is the principal amount, rate is 12%, 2 years is compound interest, we can find the compound interest or final amount using two formulas. One is simple interest formula and one more is amount formula. I'm going with the amount formula because we can find directly. The formula is P into 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to N. The formula to find the compound interest amount formula, and we can find it. Principal is 2500, we will write down, and 1 plus R is 12 divided by 100 raised to N. Here N referred as 2 because time what I have taken as a T. In a simple interest is T, but in compound interest we will take it as a N value. So what is the final answer? 2500, and if you calculate it, you can simplify here if you want, but later on you will simplify. First we will take the LCM. 100 is LCM, so 100 1 100 plus 12 is 112 whole divided by 2. Okay, this is the what the calculation is. Then we will move further. Once again 2500 as it is. You can simplify this. If you want to simplify, you can go with that. You can go with the 4 table, 425 times, and 4 26 27 28. Okay, 25 100 it is, 26 means 104, 27 108, and 28 is 112. So 28 by 25 is left out. We have square for it, which means that we have to write twice. So we can write it twice because it is a square. So you can write this way to simplify. So okay, it is 25. So you can simplify now. 25 ones are 25 100 times, and 25 ones are 25 4 times. And obvious, here we have 4 times 28 multiplied by 28. So if you know what is 28 multiplied by 28 is 784. So it is the square number, so it is 784. Now 784 If you multiply with the 4, you will find that is 3136, because 4 4 16, and you multiply, and this is your final amount for 2 years. This is the amount the A person must pay to the B. So what I said in the beginning is 3000. For example question I have mentioned. So A must give 3136 rupees to B to clear his debt, clear his loan. But he is not giving the total money in terms of cash, but he is giving in terms of cash plus one watch. So how he paid the total amount? He paid the total amount in terms of cash plus in terms of watch. So we don't know what is the cost of watch. So we have to find the cost of watch. So cash is, so total amount he must pay 3136. Cash he paid is 2936. Yes, right? Yes. Then we have a cost of watch. So if you shift a value to the other side, so obvious it is positive, then it is going to be negative. So 3136, you are shifting 2936 on the other side, it will be subtracted. That equals to the cost of watch. So if you minus 2936 from the 3126, the final answer what you will get, that is the cost of watch. If you observe it clear, it is only 200 difference. So what is the cost of watch? Is only 200 rupees. So he paid the total amount in terms of cash and also in terms of watch. So the cost of watch is 200 rupees. Thank you.